Hey, what's going on? This is Odell Bazell with your Marketing Monday. Excited that you're looking at this, and happy Monday if you're watching this on Monday. If you're not watching this on Monday, then happy whatever day it is that you're going to be watching this. But I'm excited because it's a new day, but it's also a day that I want everybody here to focus. And the big reason why focus is important is because whatever we focus on expands. And many times when we think of business, there are a lot of different things that come into our eye view or our vision view. And we want to do those things or we want to do that thing. And we see this idea and there's that idea. And our friend did this and I heard this on a podcast and all these different things circle around and around and around. And it's difficult. I'm one of those people that has big ideas. You probably are too. And it gets really difficult when there's so many voices and seemingly valuable voices trying to push you one way or the other. And so if you're looking at this, if you're in my world, you're probably somebody who wants to get paid to speak, or you have an idea that you want to get paid to speak, or something around that industry, meaning you are a consultant, you are a coach, you are an author, you are a speaker, and you're just trying to figure all of this out. I'm with you. That's why we're here. And that's why I'm here. And usually, about once a month inside of my group, I'll do a training like this. And when I say usually, it's oftentimes more, but I strive to do it at least one time a month. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Marketing Mondays, I believe this principle, first and foremost, the best is not always the most talented or the most efficient. The best is the most marketed. The best is the most marketed. So how can we use that in context of what we do and what we offer? More than likely, what you do is the same thing as what other people do. So, and here's what I mean. I don't mean that you don't have a unique selling proposition, you don't have a unique personality, you don't have a unique story. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is if you are a professional speaker, odds are this is what you do. You speak to a group of people with the hope that after they hear you speak, their life, their business, their company, something is going to be better. That's it. That's what you do. You might be very good at it. You might not be as good. You might have been doing it for years, or maybe you just started. But that is what you do. Spoiler alert, that's what I do. I give a presentation to an audience, hoping, not knowing, hoping that something I say, something I articulate to them is going to help them be better. That's what I do. If you're an accountant, guess what you probably do? The same thing that another accountant does. Maybe you offer some more services. Maybe you have a unique spin on what you do. Maybe you have a different software, but you do somebody's books so that they don't have to do them for their taxes. So I want to just kind of level everything to that point. We are different, we are unique, but we also do the same stuff. The first point that I want to make is that if we're all doing the same stuff, we have to understand and think about how we are positioned. How are we positioned? So in the speaking example, if you speak about leadership, you're positioned as a leadership speaker. If you speak on motivation, you're positioned as a motivational speaker. If you speak on communication, if you speak on whatever it is you speak about, you're positioned there based on your topic. And so the first point that I want to make, we're talking about marketing Mondays, is that you have to have a product, a good product to offer to a market that wants to buy that thing. In other words, sell people what they want to buy and what you can deliver very well. Sell people, sell an audience, sell a group what they want to buy. This is a huge mistake that I made early in my career. I had a message that I wanted to give to people because when I graduated from college. I was young, 22, 23 years old. I said, I want to teach the students what I wish I would have learned about how entrepreneurship is the way and all of this stuff. A school's not going to buy that. That's not what they're buying, unless I was an entrepreneurial giant or something like that, or a celebrity. So you got to sell people what they want to buy. That's the big thing. Many times people come to me or speakers come to me and they have a great message, they have a great story and all this stuff. And they're really good, or they've been speaking for a certain amount of time on their job or at their church or whatever. And I always wrap it around back to, okay, how can you package what you offer into a package that they want to buy? Because people are going to hire speakers for a handful of things. That's it. They're going to hire you for leadership. They're going to hire you for motivation. They're going to hire you for diversity, equity, inclusion. They're going to hire you to train on professional development. They're going to hire you for student success if you speak to colleges and universities or high schools. They're going to hire you for study habits. It's a handful of things. And we can't get out of ourselves and think, well, I'm going to be different. Maybe you're going to be different, but you got to have a conversation first. And people only connect to things that they trust, and they trust familiarity. If you say you're going to be different, show me. I got to hire you first. We're doing a leadership conference for our leaders. What topic do you have for leaders? So I just want to get down and for those people that are inside of my group, I talked about this not too long ago, but product development is just you getting better at the actual presentation, delivering the presentation better. But then product development is also making sure that what you're getting good at, somebody's going to want to buy. So product development, but then marketing, you have to do outreach, an insane amount of outreach, an insane amount of outreach, an insane amount of outreach. Most people aren't going to tell you this. They're going to tell you that there's a button that you can press. There's some kind of AI that you can do outside of hiring somebody to do it for you. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it. You are going to have to do it, or somebody on your team is going to have to do it. But if you don't do an insane amount of outreach, your results won't be insane. They won't be great. And I wish I could tell you something else. I wish there was a button, but there's not. So when people come into my program and I say, hey, here's 5,000 email contacts, they're like, well, I'll send a couple hundred. Okay. You won't get the results. If you want to get booked by tens, you have to get the attention of thousands. I know it sounds crazy for me to say that, but I've experienced it. And I'm really good. And I can prove that I'm really good. I've got videos, I got testimonials, I've got, the look, if you will. I still have to do a lot of outreach. And I'm really good. And if you're watching this, maybe you're as good as me, maybe, but can you prove it? And some people can. And those people that can, guess what they do? They still do lots of outreach. You can't come into this industry or any business and think one day I'm just going to be able to sit back and everybody's going to call me. It doesn't happen like that. Even if you're famous, it doesn't happen like that for long. You're hot and then you're not. You're hot and then you're not. It ebbs and flows. There's some people, super famous people, they're getting calls and calls and calls when their career first started, or they were on a show 20 years ago or whatever. If they don't do outreach, or their team doesn't do outreach, or they don't show up at events, they won't get called. Out of sight, out of mind. So you have to continually do outreach, continually do outreach. And I'm sharing this inside of my free group because I want you to set your mind up right. Many times we have the wrong expectations, so we get disappointed really easily. When I came into the speaking business, I thought that if I was good, everything else would take care of itself. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Because you're good, you need to take care of yourself. And if you don't feel like you're good yet, get good. Practice on a regular basis. That's why inside of our group, you can pitch. You can pitch to decision makers sometimes, but other times you can send videos in to the team. We'll look over your videos, all that good stuff. It's critically important that you do that. So as I'm kind of winding this up, if you're interested in learning more about how you can join our paid group and get feedback and learn outreach, and maybe even come to some of our events where you can pitch people live, then make sure you reach out to me and I'll let you know that. It is expensive for a lot of people. So I want to let you know that if it's something that you can't do, then just stay in the free group. We offer a lot of free stuff to the group that you can use in addition to my podcast. So as we're wrapping this up, where do you start? What do you do? Product development, get good at whatever it is you do and deliver, and also marketing. Make sure that you are consistently showing up where the people that buy what you're selling are. Make sure you show up where they are. Show up online. Show up on the phone if that's something that you and your team want to do. Show up in their inbox. Show up in their social media feed. Show up. It's important for you to show up consistently. If you don't show up, no money will appear. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out. Leave it in the group if you're inside of our group. And I can't wait to see you at the top, not from the top. Take care.